Howdy, howdy, howdy. It is time for Worksheet 5. Look at us. We're just flying through this. It's awesome. Okay. Alrighty, question number 1. Identify which notes are sharp in the key of D major. D major is the key signature that has 2 sharps. Okay. Key signature. What's a key signature? So we're going to go to our Sound Innovations book. And we're going to turn to page 10. Okay. A key signature appears at the beginning of the staff. It tells you which notes will be played sharp or flat. This key signature tells you that all F's and C's are played as F sharp and C sharp. It is called the key of D major. All right. So if you're not to this point in the book yet, all of the F sharps and C sharps have had this sharp symbol here. Starting here, it's going away. So you'll look at Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, and you'll notice that this doesn't have that sharp sign in front of it anymore. And the reason why is because it's here at the beginning of the line, okay? So what these tell us is that all F's and C's are sharp. And here's why. Because when you look at the inside of this sharp symbol, that's telling you which note is affected. And this is the top line, which we know is every good boy deserves fudge. So this is the line that is an F. And then this is a space because it's in between 2 lines. So it's F-A-C. Okay? So that's how we know all F's will be played sharp. All C's will be played sharp. Okay? So the top, the first one here, that's F. The second one is C. And we can be redundant and put the sharp signs on there. For the violas, it's the same thing, okay? So it's this top space, which is good boys don't fight, is right here in the middle of this sharp sign. And then this one is the line note, which is fat alley cats. All right, so it's still F sharp and C sharp for everybody. And then for cellos and basses, yours is on the 4th line, which is good burritos don't fall. And then the second space, all cows. So it's still F sharp and C sharp for everybody. It just depends on which instrument you're playing as to where they are. Okay, write the definition of a half step, what it looks like on your instrument. This is the, I don't know, is this the 3rd time we've done this? Yes, so by this point you should be getting better at it and figuring out it is what it is. It's not a mystery anymore. A half step is the smallest distance between 2 notes. And so half steps that we've learned on our instruments are F sharp and G and C sharp and D. Okay, hopefully you've done the prior worksheets before 5 so that you're not having to start from scratch. If you haven't, then go back and watch one of those. All right, so that's the half step question. The fingering. So this one I'm going to go over again. D string. No fingers for D. You play open D and you get a D, okay? For everybody, when you put 1 finger down on the D string, you get an E. You get the next note. For violins and violas, since we're using 1, 2, 3, that's exactly what's going to happen. We're just going to go up the alphabet with our fingers. So it was 0, 1, 2, 3. D, E, F sharp, G. Alphabetical order. Okay, same thing for A string. Open A, no fingers. Put 1 finger down, you get the next note that comes after, and the next, and the next. Cello players, we're not using 2nd finger yet, so we're going to go straight from 1 to 3 and then to 4 on both of your strings. A, B, C sharp, D is 0, 1, 3, 4. And then for the bass players, since our notes are even further apart, D is 0, E is 1, and then F sharp we're going to use our 4th finger for. Same pattern on the G string. G will be 0, 1 for A, B is 4. And then when we shift up into 3rd position, here's C sharp is 2 and D is 4. Okay. What is a scale? A scale is a definition that we will find in the back of our books. Isn't that nice how I did that? Yeah. So here it is back here. A scale is usually a series of 8 notes that go up or down the musical alphabet in a specific order of whole steps and half steps. The lowest and highest notes of the scale are always the same letter name. So just like last week, you can stop here after the whole steps and half steps. If you want to be using your other book instead of the back of your theory book so you don't have to keep flipping back and forth, it is here as well. Scale, usually a series of 8 notes, so on and so forth. You can stop here after half steps. Okay, so we're gonna have 8 notes. I'm not gonna write it out right here because you guys can write down a definition. It's gonna go up and down the musical alphabet. That's an important point because we need to make sure that in a scale, let's say we started a scale, well, let's do the musical alphabet first. So it's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and so on and so forth. So if we wanted to start a scale on a C, we'd have a C, D, E, F, G, A, because we're just going to keep going, B, C. It just keeps cycling, okay? So up and down the musical alphabet in a specific order of whole and half steps. So it will eventually matter where our half steps are. We'll get there this year. It's just going to be a little while. So for right now, I just want you to know it's usually a series of 8 notes that go up and down the musical alphabet in a specific order of whole and half steps, okay? Question 5, draw the following notes on the staff. Be sure to include everything missing. So we've been doing our clef and our time signature and our double bar line, and now we're also adding our key signature. And we can find that right up here if we need a bigger example of where these are going to go. All right, so we're going to draw our treble clef or your alto clef or your bass clef, depending on which instrument you play. And then looking up here, I can see my first sharp for, if I'm a violinist, is on this top line. So the inside of my sharp is going to be right where that top line goes through. And then my second sharp is centered right over the third space. So I'm going to try my best, and it's in there. You can trace it. It's not, I'm not leaving you to the wolves for this. And then time signature, double bar line. Okay, did that. So draw the following notes on the staff. This is what we've been preparing for with all of these tracing examples here. We've been tracing, getting used to writing notes so that now we can do it on our own. Okay, so there's first 2 are here. So hey, freebie, take it, right? Open D and F sharp. I don't have to put a sharp sign there because my key signature is already telling me that F is sharp. So it's already automatically sharp. Okay. A. Oh my goodness, I can't trace. Ah! Okay, so never fear. These are only the 8 notes that you've learned so far. So the only A we've learned is open A. If you can't remember, you can go back to page 5 where A is introduced to see that it's on the second space. You can also go to a previous lesson where we were like, oh, there's A, okay, second space. So if you can't remember, you totally have resources to go to find where these notes are, okay? And then C, C, I can't remember. Oh, yeah, that's a space note because C is in the word face, F-A-C-E. All right, and then I'm gonna do my stems. This will be stems up because it's below the middle line. This is above the middle line, so that'll be stems down. Oh, first measure done. Yahoo! Okay, E. Now, yes, this is an E, but we have not learned this E yet because this is open E. So please don't put in, although it's correct, it's not the E that I want. I want the E that you've been playing. And for us, first finger E on the D string for the violins is down here on this bottom line. Alrighty? So that's our E. Every good boy does. Hey, I sense a pattern. These were all space notes. These must be all line notes. It's beautiful. Yay. And again, I like doing the note heads just so I can make sure I'm kind of where I'm supposed to be. Stem up, middle line, stem down, stem down. If you can't remember which direction or which side your stem should be on, here's an example of the stems down. You can just check here. You can come back here and see which side of the note head the stems are on. Again, you have resources. Okay, D, is this open D or is this D on the A string? G string for basses. All right, I tried to make this clear, but still it's easy to get it mixed up. So we have 2 different Ds. We have D and we have open D. So if it just says D, that's the D, your high D that I want. And we just had it right here, so bonus, we'll just do it right there. C, that's right next to D. F-A-C. B, every good boy, so that's the middle line. A is F-A, second space. And I'll do my stems. G is every good. F sharp. And again, I don't have to write a sharp sign in front because it's over here in my key signature. E, and then here's my open D. Do try to make your note heads oval like these. You can use these as an example to look at because round ones, they just look kind of funny. Okay, so I drew the following notes on the staff. Oh, that's all I had to do. Perfect. Okay. Question 6. Write in the beats underneath these notes. Be sure to use 1 and, 2 and, 3 and, 4 and in every measure. Okay, so bar line here, that'd be 1. Bar line, that'd be 1. Bar line, 1. Okay. Quarter note gets 1 beat. 1 and. Quarter rest. Quarter note. Quarter rest. Each quarter gets 1 beat. Half note is worth 2 quarters. Okay, way back here in lesson 3, that's where we learned half note. So half note will get 2 quarter note beats. 1 and is the first beat, 2 and is the second beat. New thing, new thing. Okay, this is a half rest. And I'm hopeful that you could figure this out just because we still have to do 3 and 4 and in this measure and there's nothing else there. So just like a half note, a half rest gets 2 beats, but it's going to be 2 beats of silence. Okay? Quarter note, 1 and. Half note gets 2 beats, 2 and, 3 and. Quarter note, and we have all our beats. And then last measure, 1 and, 2 and. Easy measure. Woo! Yay! Okay, so there is worksheet 5.